Welcome back to Triple A's Home Improvement. I'm your host, that big dumb guy. Our faucet's acting funny. It makes weird noises when you do this. It still comes out of here. It's an old, cheap, crappy one that I threw in here when we bought the house because I was being real cheap at the time. But we got a nicer, better faucet. We're going to replace it. So it can be expensive to have somebody paid to do this. They usually charge $300 or more just to replace the faucet, and then you got to buy the thing, and they can be pretty pricey. But to start out, clean out everything out from under your cabinet. Of course, it's dirty in here. I'm going to be painting these cabinets pretty soon, but right now I'm not worried about that. I've got a towel just for my comfort because I got to get under here. I got another one just to catch anything that's dripping. So first, you got to turn the water supply off. Down here, you turn these clockwise. You can't turn them no more. And then double check up here, make sure your water's off, and it's off. So I've got a 5/8 wrench and a screwdriver. That's for later, but it's pretty easy. This is all I really need for now, but I'll carry you under here with me and you can see how we did it. So I've got my wrench and just loosen it right here. These are the supply lines. The new faucet I bought came with built-in supply lines, and I didn't know that, so I bought some new ones because usually when I replace these, I go ahead and replace the supply lines too, even though these aren't that old. It's always a good idea to just do that anyway. Get those off. But the new one came with some built in, so I can return them. But I'm gonna go ahead and get these off first. Make sure nothing's leaking. Once you get it loosened with a wrench, you can usually kind of just pull the rest with your fingers. And next, hopefully you guys can see this pretty good, but we've got, go ahead and take these off. Usually you can get them off with your hand. The top piece of the supply line, which I could have just done that to begin with. But sometimes you could take the old faucet out without having to take it off up there, but this one, I got to take them off anyway. So let's see if I can get you a decent view. Yeah, sure. All right. Hopefully that works. Then you have these. They're tightened on by hand. That's what's holding the actual faucet to the sink. There's two of those. And of course this comes off somehow. I'm not really sure exactly how, but I'll figure that out in a minute. I could probably figure that out from above once I get it pulled out from the top. But take these off. I'm gonna go ahead and take this one off too. There's actually three because one of them's holding the little spray nozzle. Go ahead and loosen that by hand. Pretty easy. Sometimes it's better to have somebody else holding it up top to keep it from spinning. Okay, I've got everything loosened up down under. I'm gonna have silicone this thing. Well, there we go. Yeah, when I put this in, I siliconed it, which is fine. You just have to pour it with a knife or something.
Something.
How we get? Hey, check it out. It just fell off on its own. It's that easy. So that'll just pull right out. But anyway, so we can kind of see how this works. I don't even know. So it just pushes on that way. And I guess when I was pulling it, this is how you take this off. If you push it up and then pull it from the top. See, when this is pushed out, it won't come off. Like that, you can't pull it off. But since I was tugging on it from up here, I actually somehow took it off. That's how that comes off. That can go right in the garbage. Now we've got to scrape and clean all this crap up. Get all this old caulk or silicone, whatever, off of there, and get that cleaned up. So that's what I'm going to do. No need to video all that crap. So I'll get this cleaned up and get the new faucet ready, and I'll show you the rest. All right, now that I've got that cleaned up the best I could, I'm going to put this on here and make sure that it covers up the old ring, whatever, around this stuff. I tried to clean up the best I could with whatever I had, and I got most of it off. But silicone's optional. I'm probably not going to do that again, because if I have to replace this, it's not as easy. So, and this will replace the old spray nozzle. So that goes in first, and then we have these. Goes on the same way the old ones came off. I'll do that first. So I'll take you under here, the cabinet with me, and my cameraman can hold the top for me and hold it still. Okay. I just want you to hold pressure on this without moving. I don't want it to slide either way. Right there, just like that. All right. It's always nice having an extra hand when you're doing this kind of stuff. Get it kind of turn on. I'm not going to tighten it all the way until I double check and make sure that's exactly where I want it. So we'll just put them on. I'll look at it again from the top. All right. Now, yes. Now we're going to tighten it as tight as we can with our hands. And then I'm going to take this and feed it through the top. Feed this through. Okay. Now that that's through, this goes on first from the bottom, then this, screw it on, hand tighten it, and then we got to tighten these screws up, and that'll pull it tight to the sink. So I've got my screwdriver and back under here. I hate tight spaces. You got to feed it in through this. Make sure the screws are facing the right direction. And I'm just going to kind of hand tighten it. There we go. And you'll see these screws in there. Let's focus in on that. And the other one. Tighten it. Alright, I got this tightened. The screwdriver. I don't think that's going anywhere. Alright. Okay, so this is where we're at now. I'm going to go ahead and tighten up these. I'm going to go ahead and hook these up first. So this is cold. They're color coded. This one's got red for hot. This one's blue for cold. Cold is always on your right. So we'll get it started by hand. It says you don't have to use plumber's dope or Teflon tape or nothing for this. Just get it on and tighten it up. I'm going to get it hand tightened first. And if it's too long, you can kind of coil it up. I'm kind of making a coil out of it, I guess. as long as you're not kinking it. We're good. And tighten it the rest of the way with your wrench. Again, this is 5/8. I think it's pretty much universal for all these. Do not turn it on yet, because we still got to hook this thing up. So you feed this in through. See, ain't that pretty? All right, and there it is right here. All right, so got this weight that came with it. Slip it through there. Right about, you can see it. It snaps on right there, just like that. Push it up, and it comes with this little blue thing. This will keep that from backing off. So. Make sure it's pushed on all the way. Make sure this goes on right. Get a little tug, make sure it's not coming off. All right, yeah. That's what that looks like. If you can see, sorry. And this is dangling. And we're gonna wipe up this. We're gonna dry this mess up that we've made. Get all our trash out of here. And yeah. When you undo those lines, sometimes there's water in them, and it makes a little mess. But we want to make sure these are dry, because when we turn it on, we want to check for leaks. And make sure it's all running good. So, I'm gonna make sure that's pretty dry. We're gonna turn them on nice and slow. Make sure there's no leaking. That's good. And kind of keep an eye on it, make sure there's not like a slow drip. Looks good. The only thing we have left is the little soap thing that goes in place of the old this goes in place of the old nozzle, whatever it's called. Check for leaks. Make sure she runs. Everything looks good. Hot water, make sure you got the hot and the cold right. Now I gotta clean up my sink where I made a mess. Any day now it should be getting hot. But yeah, there you go. Not too hard. I'm gonna finish up this part. And fill that up with some soap. And we're good to go.